Well, good morning everybody, welcome back to Heartbeat of the Timbavati. Lucky to hear of river pride lionesses, 3 of them that's been located. We currently only have visual of the second youngest, as you know, the princess, with the chip in her left ear. She is down in the Sharalume River, opposite a nice good looking doleritic dike, a geological feature. And it's fairly warm, it's approaching 8 o'clock, so they are seeking out some shade. But I did mention to the guests that these kind of areas is perfect for lionesses to give birth to their cubs and have their first initial den sites. At first 6 to 8 weeks typically down in the rivers. So we saw the Mashaton river being used by the Mayambulas. So the last time we saw these girls, they were walking to the east looking for possibly the other River Pride members. Also the day after we did find tracks of 3 males and a single female, which could have been the River Pride youngsters. We're just waiting to see if that 4th lioness, the youngest, will be joining the natal core lioness pride again. That's typically what happens, and typical of the young males to become nomads. So at least we did see their tracks, which is quite promising, but they are trying to remain as low-key individuals under the radar because of the presence of the voyelas. Think of the young princess that's been courting with the voyela males for quite some time. We have to consider that fertility rate in young lionesses is fairly low, so they're going to be mating and copulating for quite some time before they conceive. We're going to keep an eye on her teats and mammary glands to see if there's any lactation happening. But how magical would it be if we see the first cubs of one of the River Pride females in a new era with the voyela boys? But until then, I'll meet you in the next sighting. Thanks for watching, folks. Cheers for now. Hey, good morning to you and welcome back to another Heartbeat of the Timbavati. We're currently on a standby for the Giraffe Pride. So we came back far to the west. We tried up in the central area to no avail. Sounds like the big cats are fairly spread out over the area, so we'll go into the sighting and we'll see what the layout is like. Catch you soon. Yeah, Mr. Next. So many giraffe in this open plain over here. Sorry, you're looking straight into the sun there. We're going to do one loop here to see what they're looking at, and then we're going to go into the sighting. Sounds like some of the youngsters of the Giraffe Pride, probably with some of the lionesses, but stay tuned, I'll catch you soon. As you can see, the big cat's slowly but surely falling asleep here on us. But they were quite busy hunting giraffe in this acacia belt. The giraffe felt quite uncomfortable with that and they moved into the open plains. But yeah, tracker Reniko up front counted 16 lions over here of the Giraffe Pride, so a larger portion this time as the previous episode. Maybe there's about 4 or 5 adult lionesses with your juveniles and some of the sub-adults. The sub-adult male on the left hand side, the same one we saw on the previous episode or 2 episodes ago. Some of the youngsters that also accompanied during that sighting, probably their mother there on the right snoozing. So was the previous episode where the Sumatra male, it was the first time to see him in a long time. One of the fathers of these cubs that was looking in very bad shape. He is about a 10 to 11 year old male, that originates to the far north of the Timbavati Game Reserve. Obviously the majority of the big cats and buffalo towards the southwest of the Kruger National Park contains tuberculosis. So I'm thinking that it may be tuberculosis combined with obviously old age that has got that chap in that very bad shape. And unfortunately, I don't think he will be with us for too long. Typically, if tuberculosis takes effect on the big cat's bodies when they still young, 6-7 years old, they still got a fighting chance if they feed well. But an older male or older lioness with injuries, they don't have much of a chance, unfortunately. The young son of either the Hercules or Sumatra male. The Hercules male, the strongest of the two brothers, also the youngest of the two pride males. He's in good shape still. And not too long ago he was courting with one of the young giraffe pride lionesses, so there's a chance that this pride in itself might grow in numbers. So reach the super pride status that I think is actually close to 25 lions. But that Hercules male from a pride far too Classeri, it was known as the Hercules Pride. He was born 2014. 2 to 3 years younger than his coalition member, unrelated coalition member, the Sumatra male. So this pride still has a fighting chance of raising their cubs successfully by still having that one pride male available or with them. But yeah, the big cats, as the morning progresses, it's almost 8 o'clock on an autumn morning, and they're going to do what they do best, and that is sleep up to 16 hours a day to conserve their energy levels before nightfall. And they're in this acacia belt at the edge of open plains, perfect for an ambush as well. The oblivious ungulates that might move through. Best of both worlds, there's a beautiful dam next to us. Well, I'm saying next to us, about 250 meters to the southwest of us. So later on tonight, when they're thirsty and they wake up, they'll go drink there.
Yeah, Palens, I'm on Sandona Road. I keep on coming. We need more time there. Gideon, it's only Christof, the woman call him. Okay, go ahead.
The young lioness, probably the sibling of the male up in front here. Could be anything between a year and about 15 months old. Have a look at his mane development. Now, as a large pride, the amount of protein that they'll get in will be quite sufficient for mane growth. I'm going to guess and say that this boy will be anything between 12 and about 15 months old. And they won't be actively hunting yet with the adult lionesses, but they will be invited to join the hunts and watch from a distance. Well, typically only here by 2 years old that they'll actively join up on hunts. Obviously, the youthfulness in the big cats as youngsters, they could spoil a hunt by pulling the trigger a little bit too quickly. Well, we are going to be leaving these lions to sleep in peace in this acacia belt. Hopefully they get lucky tonight. But always a pleasure catching up with the giraffe pride. They are so far away, so it's quite a treat. Well, thanks again for you watching Heartbeat of the Timbavati. This is Christof Schoeman. Wherever you find yourself in this beautiful world, until next time, stay safe and cheers for now.